Hi everyone, welcome back to a new reading vlog. Today it's all about the Sandman. Mr. Sanderson, Brandon Sanderson. And I'm going to reread the Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarian series. I have read the first 5 books, but I don't remember much because I've read a couple of hundred books after that. Because I read them a while ago. And the 6th and final book, which I've been waiting for so long, just came out in, I want to say September, and I need to read it, so I'm gonna read the first 5 books, and I started this yesterday on page 26. I'm gonna try to read a little bit before I go to sleep, but yeah, I'll update you guys tomorrow. Hi Loonies, you take mommy's space again? So it's actually Sunday now, the 13th, and I didn't update you guys yesterday. I didn't read much yesterday, like 22 pages I think, but I have been reading a little bit today, and I'm on page 124, and like almost halfway through, and they're basically, have I even told you guys what this is about? I don't think so. But basically we meet Alcatraz in this one. He has been jumping from foster home to foster home until on his 13th birthday his grandpa actually shows up, and he realized that his inheritance that he got in the mail the day before has been stolen by the librarians. And along with his grandpa and a bunch of other people that are on the cover, they're trying to get it back. And now they're trying to infiltrate the librarians to get it back. So I really like this series. I mean, it's a reread, so I know it would, but there's some weird ass powers that they have. Like Alcatraz, he can break shit, and he breaks a lot of shit, especially door handles and stuff like that. And yeah, I'm really enjoying it so far, and I definitely remember why I enjoyed this series so far, because there's a lot of people from the Smedry sort of family, and they all have different powers. And then we have Bastille, who's supposed to be 13 years old, just like Alcatraz. She definitely dresses like she's 45, but she's not. There's some pretty illustrations, and yeah, it's a quick read. I mean, it's not very thick, but it's a quick read. There's a lot of stuff happening, a lot of relationships being built, and I'm just looking forward to continue reading this and like plow on through the rest of the series, and hopefully be able to read the newest book, the 6th one, which I have not read yet. Never have, because it just came out. But yeah, I'm gonna try to finish this one today, but she's like 6 p.m. now, and I still have to make dinner because my fiance is sick, and I hate cooking because last time I got a freaking burn on my arm, so not meant to be in the kitchen, and I have a thousand other things to do. So we'll see how that goes. So it's been a couple of days since I've updated you guys again, because now it's Wednesday, November 16th, and I just haven't finished reading anything, so I didn't update you guys. But yeah, I've been having a very productive day. So I was at the dentist at 7 a.m. so I'm a little bit baked, to be honest, but no cavities. And then I had this class that I go to for work, so I haven't actually been like to work today because I went to my class for like half the day, and that was very like actually very good discussions about languages basically, and learning with, like, you know, kids, since I'm a preschool teacher, and of everything else, just getting a look at yourself and how you work and how you function as a teacher basically. So very interesting actually. And then now, after my little nap, I had to update my Kickstarter. I'll insert a picture here for the I think it's called Brotherwise, that are doing the sort of miniature figurines for the Brandon Sanderson franchise, basically, from like the Stormlight archives. And I needed everything. Can't buy everything because I'm not made out of money, but today I had to like update it and finalize what I want from the pledge that I did, and I was so confused because it was so confusing, but I think I figured it out somehow. So now I'm even broken than before because I added some stuff but not all the stuff that I wanted. So I don't know, regret will come later when I have no money left. But anyways, I thought I would update you guys from my reading. So I'm still on book 1. It's embarrassing really because this is so short, but I have like I think 30 pages left or something like that. So yeah, I read like 10 pages yesterday, so I thought I would finish this like 3 days ago, but that didn't happen. So I have about 30 pages left. As I said before, I love the characters and the different abilities or powers, if you will, and the sort of technology that they have, because they have different lenses or glasses with different type of powers, so they can like shoot fire, or you can like trace someone's steps, because you know, if you know a person well enough, you can see their footsteps like marks on the ground in different colors depending on who it is, so you can like know where they were as long as it wasn't too long ago and stuff like that. And it's really interesting, and they have met some bad guys, obviously, like in every novel. Yeah, and it's such a quick read. It's so much fun, so beautiful character illustrations, but at the same time I think it's the illustrations of my Haley Lasso. But even if you look at the cover, like Alcatraz is the little youngster right here, and then we have Bastille, and both of these characters are supposed to be 13 years old, and there's lovely illustrations, but they do not look like 13, and Bastille definitely does not dress like one. So I don't know what to think about that. But anyways, I'm really loving this book, and I have brought the second book, The Scrivener's Bone, along with me too. So the goal for today is to finish this book, and god damn it, I'm not going to bed until I have. But she's like 4 p.m. and technically haven't read anything for my class, but that's not until December, and I think I'm gonna have a day next week where I'll do that. Anyways, I have like a gazillion videos that I need to record because I have basically nothing left, because I've edited and uploaded everything except like this vlog. So I'm gonna try to do that, so wish me luck. Seriously, after while I was trying to update my Kickstarter, I got the worst cramps of my life in my freaking calf, and it's been like almost 10 minutes I think, and it's still there. Like now I can walk without dying, and I can actually stretch it out without feeling like I'm gonna die. But the pain was so intense, and I've never had a cramp that bad for that long. Like I couldn't get it out, and it still freaking hurts like a lot, and I have like trouble walking, and cramps are the worst, honestly. Where do they even come from? I don't even know. Maybe I need to Google that. But yeah, my calf is killing me. But yeah, I feel like I'm being judged. Are you judging me, Lens? Probably, but yeah. It's actually Thursday, November 17th, and I just wanted to update you guys what happened yesterday. So, as I promised myself and you guys, I finished Alcatraz versus the Evil Librarians. This is such a good read. Second time around as well. I definitely forgotten a lot of details. One plot twist I did remember, so I'm a little bit proud about that. And just like the characters, the magic system, and like the dynamic between the characters, and like the breaking of the fourth wall, being that Alcatraz is sort of speaking directly to the reader, and it's just a lot of banter and like teasing and stuff, and I absolutely love it. So I ended up giving it 5 out of 5 stars again. I also started reading The Scrivener's Bones, which is book 2 in the series. I started reading it on my e-reader though, so I haven't really put the bookmark in, so I don't really know exactly what page I'm on. I would guess about maybe 15-20 pages into it or something like that, so definitely not far. But I had to get up at like 20 to 5 this morning because started working at 6, so I left the apartment at 20 past 5. So I'm a little bit tired. I have not taken a nap today. I'm really proud of that, but she's only 5, so it's not too late yet. And I can't fall asleep now because I want to sleep during the night in that case. But yeah, so my goal is definitely to try to get a little bit further into this one. And yeah, just trying to relax, I guess. It's so freaking cold in here. I feel like my fingers are ice. But yeah, that's the update for now. So it's November 23rd. I haven't updated you guys in a few days, but that's because, well, I've been really tired, so I haven't really read a lot because I've mostly been sleeping and whatnot. But today I am home from work to study for my sort of class that I go to through work. Anyways, so I woke up really early this morning since I've been sleeping really badly. So I actually managed to power through 60 pages of the Scrivener's Bones. So now I have like 50 pages, I think, exactly left. So my goal for today is definitely to finish this one and start the third book. And so far it's taken me a really long time because it's taken like a week per book, and these are like really short. It's like 250 pages each. So not feeling too good about that. And I also have to wrap this up soon because, well, let's face it, we're soon going to find out top 10 from Goodreads Choice Awards, and I need to be on top of that. And the last book in this series will probably end up on top 10 for the middle grade one, so I have to get to them. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. I do remember like the new characters that we're introduced to in this book, and I do remember like the main plot and where it like takes place and stuff like that. So I'm not that surprised about what's happening, but this book is just so entertaining, and I just love the way it's written, like breaking the fourth wall, you know, the author talking directly to the reader, and just the way the character Alcatraz is written. He's hilarious, and he's, in a way, definitely 13 years old, and then in another way, like a little bit, you know, beyond his years. But yeah, I'm loving this book so much. And I just like the way he's constantly saying, oh, but you know, this book is going to end with that person dying. And you know, this book is going to end with me being sacrificed on a pile of outdated encyclopedias. And it's hilarious, and he's just trying to throw like curveballs at you, and it's very fun. But yeah, I'm loving this book so far, and yeah, hopefully I will be able to finish it soon. But now let's get back to work. Okay, so I just finished Scrivener's Bones by Brandon Sanderson, or Alcatraz Smedry if you want to be. I didn't really remember the ending and like how it all wraps up, so that took me a little bit by surprise, but it was just as good as the first time. I love this book, I love this series so much. It was such a good wrap up, and I've been like, when I actually had the energy enough to read and pick up a book, I did definitely fly through it. So yeah, I really enjoyed this one, and I just want to pick up and continue with this series, but I still have a lot of work to do, so I should stop taking pauses to read fun books. But yeah, I give this 5 out of 5 stars, and yeah, I'll be back with another update when I've hopefully read something in the third book called The Knights of Crystalia. haven't updated you guys in a few days because, well, it's been a really long week and I'm exhausted, and I feel like all I've done all day today is nap, and you can definitely tell I'm still tired. But I don't even remember what I updated you guys on last, but I did end up finishing The Knights of Crystalia, which was book 3 in the series, and this is basically going to go to Valhalla, is that what they call it? Like the country where Alcatraz is actually from. It's the first time he's there. There's a treaty going down trying to stop a war, but of course the evil librarians have some shit up their sleeves, and Alcatraz once again needs to save the day with his friends and cousins and everything like that. And this was really fun. It's a quick read. We get some new Smedry talents to find out about, and there's some shit going down, and yeah, it was so much fun. I love this series so much. So yeah, I ended up giving this like 5 out of 5 stars. Anyways, I finished that book, and then this week, December 3rd, so you know, yeah, the year is soon over, and I have barely read shit this year, I feel like. So we're trying to power through. But I did start book 4, which is The Shattered Lens. I'm like 77 pages into it, and we're heading into war. So it's really interesting. We met some new characters, some new cousins, because there's like new cousins in every single book. But they're definitely interesting characters for sure. And I just like the fact that from like each book you get to know more about Alcatraz's background and Bastille and the way she's grown up and everything like that. And I don't remember a lot about this book, having read it the first time, but I'm really looking forward to continuing on with it. But I've read like 77 pages of this, and that was like from Wednesday. It's currently Saturday. I read this on Wednesday and then like Sunday. But 77 pages, and 45 of those I've read this week. So I've barely read anything this week, so I feel like I just need to like get on with it. So it's been a while since I updated you guys. It's actually February 18th. I did end up finishing The Shattered Lens by Brandon Sanderson, which is the 4th book in Alcatraz vs. the Evil Librarians. I don't remember what's the last part I told you guys, but I mean, Alcatraz went to Mokia to help out the people living there in the war, and shit goes right, say the least. It's very action-packed. I really like the part with the teddy bears. There are very like weird explosive powers, to say the least. There's a lot of very innovative stuff that Alcatraz comes up with, and you know, his friends with how they're supposed to win the war and stuff like that. And we also meet this new cousin, but she basically is really terrible at math. I mean, come on, who isn't? So if you gave her like a mathematical like question or stuff like that, she will count it wrong, and that can be used both in your like advantage but also as a disadvantage. So Alcatraz basically asks her to count something out, and she miscounts with a lot, obviously. And in one case it definitely makes it worse for them, and in a different way, in a different case really, it definitely makes it a lot better for them. So it's really fun to see it go like both ways, and yeah, there's a lot of action going on. So I really enjoyed that book. I gave it 5 out of 5 stars. It's a solid read. I love this series so much. And yeah, thought I would tell you guys that I did start reading The Dark Talent, which is book 5 in the series, like 2 weeks ago maybe. I don't even know. I am quite far into it actually, so I thought like I needed to update you before I finished it at least. I'm on page 220, so I have like maybe 100 pages left or something like that. It's not that much left. But this one, Alcatraz basically go to the librarian headquarters because they are looking for a certain member of his family. I don't want to spoil the other books. and they're trying to bring him back before he basically ruins everything. And once again, they're in the middle of a war. So we meet Diff, which is a new Smedry cousin. So he has this power where basically everyone forgets about him. Not like him personally, but like him in a certain moment or certain event or whatever. And he's really fun and kind of annoying. But yeah, I'm really liking this book, just like the first time around. I'm really excited about finishing this one because, you know, then it's on to the 6th and last book, which I have never read before. But yeah, I'm really enjoying this one so far. It's definitely a quick read. I'm loving the characters, and as always, I love when there's action-packed, and it's definitely action when they're in the librarian headquarters, which is basically a gigantic freaking library, and they're infiltrating the enemy. So, a lot of shit to do that. So my goal for today is definitely to finish this one. So we'll see how it goes, because I have a lot of shit to do today. So I ended up finishing The Dark Talent. So I've read about, I think, 103 pages of this today, and such a quick read. I mean, obviously there's a lot of illustration in it as well. If you can hear the really loud music, it's because I hate my neighbor. Never live next door to a DJ, I'm just telling you, because you can't sleep during the day, you can't sleep during the night, and you'll hate the human race. Anyways, I love this one just as much the second time around. I definitely remembered like some plot points, but I had forgotten a lot, that's for sure and certain. And it made me tear up. This time as well. I don't usually cry to books, and I don't usually even tear up. But even though it's the second time reading this one, and I knew from the start that there would be some sad things happening, I still teared up. And yeah, it made me emotional. I remember the first time reading this book and finishing it, and I wanted to throw it across the room, which is not a standard feeling I get from reading books. But I do remember why I wanted to do that, and this was just such a good read. And it definitely deserved to be reread. So I'm glad I did that. So I'm currently reading another book because I couldn't help myself. But I do plan to start reading the 6th and final book, which is Bastille vs. the Evil Librarians. It's quite a short book, like, well, all of the books in the series, honestly. But this is the 6th and final book. It came out, well, technically last year because it's 2023 now. And this is supposed to be from Bastille's point of view, which is interesting since all of the other books has been from Alcatraz's point of view, with sometimes a little bit of commentary from Bastille. But I really want to read this one because I haven't read this one, which is why I've been rereading all of the other books to get to this one. So hopefully we'll be able to finish my other book soon, and I can continue with this one. So it's Sunday, it's February 26th, and I started reading Bastille vs. the Evil Librarians, I think on Wednesday, possibly Thursday, I don't really remember. But I've been reading about 30 pages a day, but today I've been plowing on through this one. So I think I have like 44 pages left or something like that, so it's not that much. I don't want to spoil anything, but you know, this is the last book, and I haven't read this one before since it actually came out in 2022. I definitely prefer Alcatraz as the narrator. He's just more... He's just more fun to read from, and he's like breaking the fourth wall. I mean, Bastille does as well, but she's just not as good at telling the story, I guess. And I feel like you can tell that Brandon Sanderson didn't write this on his own, that Jancy Patterson actually helped him, and just don't get the same feeling from it, and that makes me really sad because I was really looking forward to reading this one, but I'm having trouble like connecting my thoughts, honestly. I don't really know what I'm thinking about this. There's definitely some action because I'm like in the middle of the action part. There's been some revelations we didn't really see coming, I guess. Some plot twists, but yeah, I just don't get the same feeling from this from as the previous 5 books. So this is definitely not feeling like a 5-star read as the previous books have been. So I don't know, we'll see about that. But yeah, I'll tell you more conclusive thoughts when I've actually finished the book, which I am planning to do well, at some point today, honestly. So I actually ended up finishing Bastille versus the Evil Librarians a couple of hours ago because I've been doing some editing after that. I have to say, a bit disappointed. I did really prefer Alcatraz as the narrator, and Bastille just didn't get the same like flow and not the same humor, and I was just kind of not as invested in the story. And I also felt like the story wasn't as interesting. I mean, the 5th book, as you saw in earlier clips, made me like get teary-eyed and almost cry for the 2nd time. And this one just felt kind of, I don't know, I just didn't feel like it was the best conclusion to the series or the best follow-up book from 5th book. And I feel like some things that happened in the earlier on in the series were kind of like erased for this one. I don't want to spoil anything, but if you know, you know. And I don't know, I can't really put it into words. I was just expecting more. Some stuff felt a little bit too convenient in a way. So yeah, I ended up giving this like 3.5 out of 5 stars, which is very low for a Brandon Sanderson book for me. But yeah, you could definitely tell that he did not write this completely on his own, and I think that was what in the end brought down the overall experience for me. But yeah, I've officially finished the last book in the series. I might do a like series review trying to summarize all of my thoughts about the entire series, having read it the 2nd time around. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this reading vlog, and yeah, I hope you guys have a nice evening or day, and hope we see each other in the next one. Bye.